What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Grassline Garage. Back to Project Integra finally. It's been a long time. We got a lot of parts in and we got it just running yesterday. We didn't record that because it was a bit of a struggle. However, she does run. We're going to see what this transmission actually is capable of doing. Speaking of which, I'm going to help introduce you guys to Cory again.
What's going on?
He came up and spent the night. We worked on this thing all day yesterday to make sure it had working brakes, which was fun because it's a 95, and finding brake parts at AutoZone, or brake parts and brake pads at AutoZone is kind of a challenge lately, especially for a 95 Integra. They kept having to punch in 2005 for whatever reason. Apparently, numbers are hard. So anyways, we ended up getting new plates for the car, GLG DC2. I got them on the car. We're all plated and insured, and hopefully we don't start any fires. What do you think the chance of our fire starting?
Starting or being sustained?
Starting.
Starting? Maybe 60%.
Yeah, the wiring is real fucking sketch.
The longer you look, the worse it gets.
Yeah, the longer, as he said, the longer you look, the worse it gets. We already found a couple spots where it was arcing off the chassis and inside. But with that said, we still haven't put the exhaust on the car. We did put a brand new PLM Total Rep that I had laying around. I don't have an actual intake filter. As you guys remember, this engine bay is pretty sketch. We zip tied everything up out of the way as best we could. We sort of got the bumpers fitted. The hood sort of fitted. Mirrors are on, rear bumper is on. I didn't put the passenger side skirt on. Plates are good. And we got an old set of Wed Sports. If anyone's going to be interested in those, I mean, they need some work and refurbish, but if you guys have any interest in some Wed Sport Karages in 14-inch, message me, because I'd like to get rid of those. Some RPF 1s from the track car that has some corded Hoosiers on it, but hopefully they'll be good enough to go around the block and test to see how many gears we have. I'm gonna guess what do you say, 3 out of 5?
Yeah, something like that. That sounds right.
Yeah, I know third for a fact is gonna be a problem. However, we're gonna see how fourth and fifth go, because those are the problem children for B series. So with that said, I'm gonna go around the block, get a good drive in, and we'll see how this goes. All right, so we're in the car, about ready to go for a test drive. Got that just in case, brand new from Harbor Freight, obviously. And then with that said, we're gonna see how she starts. I still got the original starter in this car, so I got one on order. I had a spare, but all right, well, we're gonna have to hit it with a hammer. So, pop the hood. We're gonna go hammer time. The joys of, crap cars. I can't wait to get a new starter in. But I promise you, she runs.
It's hammer time.
Doom, 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 doom. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You have to give it a like an actual mallet hit. And check to make sure that signal wire's on it. go. Hey, we're in business. It only took like 32 tries. So I'm gonna get the other camera started up and hopefully we make it around the block without having to get towed again. So wish me luck. All right, e-brake is off, first gear. Brakes work. All right, we're gonna go down the neighborhood. I don't want to go on the main streets. No third at all. Into second. Into fourth. There's a cop van there, so I want to make sure I'm just limping her around. Directional, so we're not technically legal. Transmissions are getting rebuilt currently by my buddy Midwestern Aaron. It's a Midwest Aaron garage. He's doing two of my SI transmissions right now. They're GSR gearboxes, and one's a Type R gearbox. One's getting an OSG and diff put in it, and then the other one is just getting a 3/4 synchro. That's the transmission out of the red car. So far we do have fifth gear, so we're good there. Other than that, I'm gonna say this is kind of a successful test drive. We need to put the exhaust on here for sure. So I'm pulling back into the garage. And with that, I would say it's quite a successful test drive.
Made it here and back.
So guess how many gears?
4. Third, I heard.
4 out of 5 we have. So first, second, fourth, and fifth.
All right. So third is.
Third is not. Third doesn't exist.
Try third, and
Yeah, it's not there. So with that said, we might be.
Reverse?
Yeah, do we have reverse? Good question. All right, let's. We have reverse. So 5 out of 6. Did I step in our pile?
No,
All right, well, with that said, I think we are successfully good with the test drive. We didn't really see if it got up to temp to see if the fan kicked on, but I really don't care. I just wanted to see what the gears were like. So with that said, we're gonna start tearing into this and probably pulling the engine today. All right, so after some discussion with Cory, we're not gonna pull the engine and trans today. We're gonna go out to a car show not too far from here. It's in Franksville, Wisconsin. I guess it's like some beer garden, like charity car show. One of my old high school buddies invited me out there. So what we're gonna do is stick, what is this now? Oh, it's the God Snow Catback exhaust.
A copy of a copy.
It is a, yeah, it's basically a copy of a copy, I guess. I'm sure it's gonna be raspy as all hell, but this is a rags to riches build, and we're gonna fulfill the rags portion quite a bit. We're gonna test out all the budget stuff that you could possibly ever imagine, and we're gonna see if it actually holds up on track, hopefully before the end of the season. I'm hoping to get this thing out to Blackhawk with Cory and everyone at Rev Match, as well as maybe a GPS event at Autobahn North if I can, and we're gonna see if this thing can actually hold its own with some very, very questionable bits, we'll just put it that way. So we're gonna get to installing this exhaust real quick, and wish us luck, and hopefully it goes fairly smooth, because this car did everything but go smooth.
I found the extra synchro. It's on your shirt.
Oh yeah, Synchro Tech. We're gonna need a third gear. It's more than synchros. So with that said, I'm gonna get busy, and I'll put the camera off to the side, and if you guys want to watch the quick stuff, it's up to you, but we'll see how it goes. So round 3 of going to the auto parts store, but we had an issue. So the exhaust was a 3-inch catback, which meant it went from a 2.5 to 3-inch, which Cory here warned me about. However, the solution was we went back to AutoZone or Advanced and picked up a 3-inch coupler, a couple band clamps. I got 3-inch band clamps for the rest of the slip pipes so I can get this properly welded, and we'll be able to get this together and finally be done for the day. It's now 2 o'clock. We started this at like 9 o'clock. So
what was it saying? Let's get the exhaust on real quick.
Yeah, let's get the exhaust on real quick, and then we'll go to a car show. I don't think we're going to a car show, but we'll see. We're gonna go cruising once we have this done.
We will have sound for sure.
And we also got some gold tape just to keep the muffler, the big old can here, from melting the bumper. So we'll be done soon. Go ahead and get a project car, it'd be fun, they said. Well, we finally got the exhaust done on the car. It was definitely not
it's installed.
It was not a quick job, as Cory anticipated and was kindly enough to point out. But we actually got it spaced out pretty good from the bumper, so we don't need to do the gold tape anymore. And then we'll crawl down underneath here. We have a solid 3-inch with, don't look at all the band clamps. But it's all 3-inch after the header. So we are set, and we're gonna go for the initial startup. We'll see if this car actually starts up on the first crank. Hand this off to Cory. You wanna go from the back?
See.
Hear the awesomeness that is the God Snow.
Yeah, we check out this fancy God Snow.
Contact.
We did hook up the AFR, and it looks like it has sensors, so probably have to pick up a new one.
I got one in the basement.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. So far, not bad.
Warm up. Doesn't sound bad.
Not terrible.
Not gonna complain about that.
Nah, not terrible.
We'll see how it sounds at speed, but I'm happy with that. For I think I paid like $189 for the exhaust. So we're like $220 after all the hardware and miscellaneous clamps and expansion pipes. You know, because
Remnants of the fuckery.
yeah, the fuckery that took place. But thankfully, I thought ahead and bought a bunch of extra stuff. So
Except the AutoZone stuff.
we still bought extras of that, and we're gonna have stuff to return, thankfully. So $14.99 coming back to me. So with that said, we're gonna get this car dropped and get cleaned up. I think we're done working on this thing for the day, and then we're gonna go for a cruise. So I'll take some footage on her out on the cruise. Sorry for the lack of audio. However, Cory had music playing in his car and the GoPro was malfunctioning on the Integra, so I didn't capture any footage of the cruise. However, at this point I'm having issues. We're about 6 or 7 miles away from the house. Made it all the way through downtown Racine and on to Sheridan. We're heading down to Kenosha. And as I hit about 50 miles per hour, the brakes start clamping down up front and the engine is dropping RPM by the second. So now I'm just trying to struggle to get it to the next intersection so I'm not blocking traffic in the right lane. With that, we'll pick up from when I hop in the car with Cory. Alright, situation update. We went for a cruise down to Kenosha and needless to say, the front brakes decided they did not want to work. So by not work, I mean they locked up the whole front end and now the car won't push through them. So heading back to my house, grab the truck, grab the jack, some tools, that way we can compress the pistons and try to make it back as best as we can. Otherwise I'm just going to bring the trailer and we'll just drive it up on the trailer. So fun times. Alright, so we're pulling up to right where the car broke down. There it is. So we're gonna do this on the side of the road. This is gonna be fun. As you can see from this photo, mistakes were definitely made. However, with that said, I didn't really have a whole lot of choices of where to put this floor jack. It was a pretty steep shoulder, gravel on top of that. We got the car up in the air and it was going fine, but the jack wasn't maintaining height. So Cory was trying to get the wheel back on and happened to shake the car a little bit and that tipped the jack over. With that being said, we didn't record this happening on the side of the road because traffic kept coming back and forth constantly, and it was just, by then I was done. I just wanted to get this car on the trailer, get it home. I was done struggling with it for the day. So we got it back up on the trailer after compressing the pistons and getting the floor jack unburied. Thankfully, Cory had his scissor jack from the BRZ, you know, ready and available. So got the floor jack out, got the car rolling again. I pulled the truck across the road into that driveway and we loaded up there. Then took it home. So that's where we're currently at. Still no idea exactly what caused the front brakes to lock, but I'm going to be doing some investigation in that. I got new parts coming. So this week I will hopefully have this car at least able to be cruised around town for a little while. At least until the transmissions are done. So stay tuned for the next episodes, guys. Thanks. Bye.